My name's Cathy Nesbitt. My working title is Cathy Crawley, Laughing Bean Queen. Worm composting, sprout growing, and laughter yoga. My love letter is to the company Green Beaver.
Welcome to Branding Love Letters, exploring the emotions brands evoke and the journeys they take us on. I'm Sam Thorogood, a graphic designer and your host. In each episode, I invite a guest to pick their favourite brand and unpack why it means so much to them. This podcast is a celebration of the branding that informs, impacts and inspires us. So, without further ado,
Green Beaver was born the same year as my worm business, and I met Green Beaver at an eco event. There they were exhibiting, and I loved so that was the first time I was introduced to them. For my worm business, I don't want to buy boxes for shipping, so I collect them from wherever. Not every company wants to give their boxes up for, I don't know why, but Green Beaver was happy, more than happy to have me take their boxes and use their boxes to ship my worms, which then said Green Beaver, so it was actually extra advertising for them.
that's so fascinating. So it was actually through this kind of recycling of their materials that you came across them.
Absolutely. And yeah, so I know we're going to get more into why I love this brand, but I guess the main reason is they're an eco, like they're totally instinct with with my life.
Yeah. And so that was kind of what, you first came across them in that way. What was it in that sort of drew you in, made you want to kind of follow that story a little bit further with them?
Well, as an entrepreneur, it's a challenge to get your message out, to get your brand known. And so exhibiting is certainly one way. And at these eco events, it's a challenge. It can be a challenge, to get your message out. Why would I pay that premium price? Because it does cost more, versus just going and buying any brand. So you do need to stand out, and I just love the integrity of this company, the way they message, the way their display, everything about this company is just it just screams integrity.
And you're clearly an innovator. Your entrepreneurial spirit. Launching lots of different brands and eco projects. Was it something about their innovation that kind of drew you in as well?
Yeah, so Green Beaver, they started their company because of all the chemicals and whatnot in personal care products. So this is a personal care company, toothpaste, shampoo, creams, lotions, potions, all that stuff. And because we don't eat those products, the regulators, at least in North America, don't look at it as something that they need to regulate in a way. Like, it doesn't matter how toxic it is, it does, in their mind, because our skin's porous, so what is the largest organ? Right? But because we're not actually consuming it as a food, you can get away with a lot more putting toxic elements in your product. And Green Beaver, I believe one of them is a microbiologist and one is a biochemist. So they've got the elements that they needed, and they just saw a huge opportunity, and not just for a business. I love that Green Beaver, they don't necessarily have a business plan. They have a mission. Their mission is their business plan.
And I love when you're talking about them, because you're kind of talking about their story and their mission. And so that's clearly kind of, in tune with you and what you believe in. It's not just the products are good. You're describing something a little bit higher, in a sense. There's sort of a real purpose to this business.
Absolutely. Yeah. We do buy products because we like the product. it's an added bonus if people can really stand behind a company and really say, wow, this company is for the planet. Like they care about the planet, they care about people, and of course money is always involved, but
Yeah. What emotions does the brand evoke for you?
I just feel good with Green Beaver. Beaver is so this is like an all Canadian company. Beaver is one of our national animals. I mean, who would choose a rodent, but we did. Largest one. Canada chose a rodent, and so Green Beaver kind of. I think the name even says sustainability. It just is even in the title. It's like the beaver is the architect of nature. They if they want to change it, they just change the stream, and now the stream's over here. So I feel like Green Beaver started in 2002, same year I started my worm business, so I also have an affinity there, and it just is, it's just an alignment. I just feel good about this company.
Yeah. And is the fact that it's very much a Canadian company part of the appeal for you?
It is, I think if we can all shop locally, support local, I mean, of course, we have to import things, but as much as possible, if we can support local, that's going to be better for the planet, better for, everything all around. We're kind of not wasting money by importing. We're supporting local, and it's good all around. We need to change what we're doing.
Yeah. And they really make quite a big deal of the Canadian element, don't they, on their branding? They talk about it being proudly Canadian. They've got the beaver in the logo. They've got the maple leaf as well. So it just seems like they've really kind of made that a priority. The fact that this is a local product.
Well, you may know. I mean, we're next to the giant next door, and and some people think that Canadians have like a complex about that we're just like Americans, and we are very similar, but we are very proud. And when we have something Canadian, we do like to scream it from the rooftop.
Talk to me a little bit about the visuals of the brand. So, when you first were coming across the packaging that you were using in your worm business, when you were first seeing the logo, the color scheme that they used, what did that do for you?
Yeah, so the colors that they use a lot of blues and greens, natural colors, right? Ocean and sky, grass. So when you look at their packaging, it's very appealing. It's very natural. The font is big, which is it's important, especially as you start aging. It's like what are those, and they have so few ingredients in their products that they don't have to have it teeny tiny so they can fit them all on. They're big enough that you can read them without a magnifying glass.
Yeah. And what's the feel of the products when you have them in your hands? Is it sustainably printed? Does it feel like it's very kind of eco in the way it's produced?
Yeah, so they've got all those, it's vegan, cruelty free, paraben free, gluten free. I mean, I don't know if those products have gluten. Who's eating them? I'm not sure, but right. So all of those feel good things that a lot of large corporations have kind of put on there, and we do need to be careful about greenwashing. But I believe that Green Beaver has done a wonderful job of being authentic, of being clear. Their images are lovely. They've got pictures of kind of family on their packaging. It's just very appealing to me. I feel good when I use their products because I'm not doing any harm to my body. I know that no harm was done to the planet. No animals were tested. All of those things. It's important for me.
You use the word greenwashing. Can you just define that for people that haven't heard that before, that term?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, greenwashing is it's kind of when companies use words that make it seem like it's something, but it's really not that. It's just a word like saying natural really is just a word. It doesn't really mean anything, or even organic doesn't mean anything. Organic what or biodegradable. Let's use biodegradable. Everything biodegrades. Everything breaks
Yeah.
down eventually, even
Eventually.
right? Eventually, and that's the key. People see, oh, it's natural. That doesn't mean anything. Like when they say natural flavors, what does that mean? Or natural colors, what does that mean? Yeah, so greenwashing is when it says something, but which implies something. Like I understand one of the large fast food outlets, they had, it might not have had any beef in their product, but it was called all beef because the company was called All Beef.
Right, okay. So it's just about
But
the
it might
language.
not have had any beef. I don't know.
Yeah. But
Without saying any names.
you're under I can guess. But your understanding and your kind of sense is that Green Beaver really actually this is not a sense of just putting a word on the front of a package. They practice what they preach is what you're saying.
They totally do, and now their products are available online for sure. You can buy them online. They are available in some specialty shops, some sort of more organic organic health and wellness shops, rather than there. I don't believe they're available just in pharmacies or wherever you would buy your other personal care products. And not that I like that. I mean, it would be nice if they were more readily available. That's the challenge when you're doing this work, you're competing against the giants that have a huge budget for advertising and they can pay for shelf space. So it really is nice. I really would love for people to do their due diligence and understand what those toxic elements that you can't even pronounce, what are they doing to your body?
Yeah. And as someone who is really an expert in the world of ecological business, have you noticed a shift over the last maybe 10 years towards people wanting to buy products that are good, that are not going to be polluting, that are going to be sustainable? Have you noticed a kind of a change in the way that people are shopping, the way that people are talking about the market?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's 20 years since I've been in this industry. And at the beginning, it was really a challenge. And it was like, how am I going to, get this message out? And I'm sure Green Beaver was experiencing the same thing. Yes, over the years, I think that as the younger folks come up, they've climate change and emergencies, all these things have been drilled into their head since birth. So the young people are really aware, and people are definitely more mindful about what they're eating, what they're putting on their skin, and just being more aware. Absolutely. Thank goodness.
Thank good. Yeah, absolutely. But it does seem to me like there is a real shift, and now I'm noticing it more and more. If a startup is coming up with a product and it's not sustainable, that's going to really go against them. Because they're then competing with the market, which seems to be going in this direction of sustainability, which is wonderful. But it does feel like we're kind of in that interesting zone where things are starting to change. And of course, there's a long way to go, but it's certainly encouraging, I think.
And we're the ones, though. I mean, it's driven by the people, not by governments, not by large corporations. It's really the people and our dollars, our money, our pounds.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Our currency. We're the ones that we have the power. Whatever we're buying, that's what they're selling. If we keep on buying the junk, they're going to keep on selling it because it's about money.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're moving into a time when people are considering the triple bottom line. I talked about it earlier: people, planet, profit last. And profit is important because you can't eat money. You got to eat. So I really think that there is a shift coming. It just is a kind of a slow wave.
What's this brand done that has surprised you? Have they brought out any products or done any things in their history that have really kind of surprised you in some way?
I think that they keep on inventing new products. They keep on researching and Yeah, I just think that they have stayed firm with not adding, those cheaper product, like the cheaper elements. I'm sure it would be easy just to add, oh, that whatever product is too expensive. What if we just slip this product in instead, this artificial thing? They haven't done that. They've stayed firm. And I think that's really important if you're gonna be authentic and true and stand in your power. It's yeah, if for people to keep on following you, it's important too. For me,
Yeah, and not just to chase the cheapest thing, but actually to stand
right.
true to something.
Mm.
I was, I went on their website and I thought it was amazing. The range of products that they offer. I was amazed that they offer a cinnamon flavored toothpaste, which I want to try. Looks amazing.
It's so good. Yeah, well, that's it. When you're using the product, you know that you're not doing any harm. You're not doing any harm. Like maybe people don't know, but our skin is porous. So whatever we put on our skin is instantly in our body. It's instantly in our bloodstream. So if it's toxic, that's right, toxins right in your body right away. It's the barrier. Yeah. So when you're using the Green Beaver products, it really does feel like you're doing something good.
Have there been any times when it's been difficult to love the brand?
Well, like all of these organic, eco, certified organic, all of these labels, they cost. It costs a lot to have a certified organic product. Like there's a lot of regulations. You got to do your annual, upgrades and testing, and people come and check you out. And, so there really is a huge protocol, and you pay for that. There, you pay a premium on that. So at times it has been, when business might be a little bit slower, it may be like, this product is a little bit more expensive because you are paying for all of that certification. So that's the only thing that I would say is the cost, but you're paying for, and I'm worth it. When I question, should I buy this one or that one? It's like, no, wait a minute. This one is going to help me. This one could hurt me. Well, isn't it amazing that we'll spend all kinds of money on, I'm going to say tattoos, experiences, going out for dinner, all of these things. And we are put last. Like we're like, oh, I'll just buy that cheap toothpaste because I just need toothpaste. It's like, but it's going right in your mouth. And I mean, the regular toothpaste, again, we won't mention any brands because they don't deserve airspace here. But they've got like fluoride and all kinds of chemicals that it says right on the package, do not swallow. Well, you're putting it in your mouth. Some must get down your throat. Do not swallow. Well, why would you put it in your mouth? We need to be mindful. I just think that, our priorities are hopefully shifting, with this cuckoo time we're in has allowed us a big pause and time to realize what is important. We couldn't do those experiences, so might as well spend more on your personal care products.
How would you describe Green Beaver to someone who's never heard of them?
I would say Green Beaver is started as a family-run organization. Still, the family is very much involved. They run the company. They have a lot of employees now. They operate with intention. They have integrity. They're always researching how to improve what they're doing. I would say check out Green Beaver and try them for yourself if they're available in your country.
And how would you summarize your kind of journey with? So, how many years is it going back that you've really been aware of them? And
I came across Green Beaver in 2012 at an organic
right,
conference.
so about 10 years.
And I've 10 years. 10 years I've been with them, and I've been using the toothpaste for sure. It's the only toothpaste that I've been using for 10 years.
And I need to also ask, where can people find you? Where can people connect with what you're doing online?
Yeah, so my worm website is cathyscomposters.com. And for laughter, which is really important during this cuckoo time, it's cathysclub.com. Check me out.
Well, thank you for sharing. And I was wondering if you could just share, if you were to write a love letter to Green Beaver, addressed to them, how would you share that?
Thank you. I would say, dear Green Beaver, thank you. Thank you for 10 years of beautiful personal care products that I can use without worrying that I'm doing harm to myself, knowing that these products have been created with the planet in mind, and yeah, taking care of people, taking care of the planet, and looking after your family too. Thank you for all the boxes too for shipping my worms.
Cathy, thank you very much for letting us hear your branding love letter.
Sam, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
You've been listening to Branding Love Letters, and I've been Sam Thorogood. I'm on a mission. Equip pioneers like you to bring others onto your journey. Come and find out more at www.pilgrimage.design. Thanks for listening. Oh, and big thanks to Thomas Thorogood for the music. Take it away, Tommy boy.